Let's get straight to it. Today is day 4 of the week of winning. We started out on Monday by embracing the losses, understanding that before you even talk about winning, understand you are going to lose a lot more before you get that first win. When you become the man with the plan, you're giving yourself a structure, which makes it a lot easier to focus on what needs to be done, which makes your goals seem a lot more doable and achievable. And I've noticed that a lot of people who don't go that route always find themselves in the same spot for the rest of their lives because they don't have a structure. They don't have a plan. They literally do not have a plan. And with that mindset is the reason why they find themselves never succeeding, because they get so overwhelmed and wanting to do all these great things in this world, but they don't know where to start. And not doing that makes them overwhelmed and like, I just don't know what to do. I don't know if to do this one, that one, whatever it is. And that's when they just kind of get like too comfortable. Like, you know what, I'm gonna just continue doing what I was doing. Just continue going to my 9 to 5, just working for someone else until I'm 60 and da-da-da-da. And they get comfortable with that because it's a lot easier than doing what I'm telling you right now. Becoming the man with the plan allows you to build a structure for yourself. When that structure is consistent and you start seeing the results day in, day out, that's when you start stacking the little wins, whatever it is. And it can literally be anything. If you really want it to be, it can truly be anything. Anything you do can be a little win, whether it's like your credit score went up a couple points, you got a full tank of gas, you have the money to get a full tank of gas, you got an A on that test, you got all these good things, you lost a couple pounds, you slimming down, all these good things are happening. It starts to form a snowball effect where you start seeing yourself getting these little wins every single day. Not only is it every single day, but they're like stacking on top of each other. So it's like you could, I lost mad weight and I got paid a bigger check because I grinded these last 2 weeks in the same day. And then it just starts piling up within itself, like with each other as you're grinding. You know what I'm saying? So with that, you start seeing those little wins. When you start seeing it all pile up, that's when it becomes an addiction. You start getting obsessed with winning. Today's video is going to be talking about becoming obsessed with winning. And that all happens because of habits. So like throughout this week, I've been slowly kind of like progressing with like from start to finish how this process of winning actually works. Because we all talk about winning, but we don't even get through the first step, which is what I did on Monday. But being able to understand that all that stems from better habits, being able to change your lifestyle and changing your mindset, the little steps you take to get to the next level is what needs to be done. You really start. It becomes an addiction because it's like, oh, I'm seeing it in real time every single day. Like, why would I stop? You know what I'm saying? And that is one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people get stuck within the same spot, because they don't see it, or they choose not to see it. And it's actually really interesting when you think about it, because people don't believe it because they can't see it. And in order to see it, you have to take that first step. But people are also too scared to take that first step, which is why they don't see it. And because they can't see it, they don't believe it's possible, which is like, I was thinking about that before I started recording. I'm like, bruh, that is actually like fucking crazy when you think about it. But you see what I'm saying? So just the idea of you not believing or seeing or just even taking the first step, like you already losing. Like that is the main thing. That is the anchor that is holding everything down. In order to believe it, you need to see it. In order to see it, you need to actually take the steps necessary. But sometimes taking that first step has people absolutely petrified of moving. They kind of get like paralyzed of the idea of like, oh, doing something new to like change their lives. So getting in the habit of doing what needs to be done, taking those steps necessary to get to the next level, like that all just stems from good habits, man. And it's like you have no idea. You have no idea. And it's literally like, you gotta think of it like a video game. You know what I'm saying? You start out level 1 like 2K. You start up as a 60 overall, and then you playing My Career, you getting your badge points, you getting your attributes, all these things, you grinding. Now you 65, 70 overall, and your 3-point is up. You have all these good things. You're slowly progressing till it gets to a point where it's like now you're confident enough to go to the park and play online. Now you busting everyone's ass because you put in that work. You start seeing it, you get confident, you see it, and now you believe like, okay, like I'm built for this. And then now you keep going back to the lab, grinding your character, getting your VC up, doing all these things to be the illest person at the park, period. But if you don't play 2K, I guess I can kind of just be like, just obviously sticking with the good habits and stacking up those little wins is what allows you to become addicted to winning. Like literally, that's all I really can say. I kind of just keep repeating it, but it's like, man, just get in the habit of forming more good habits to get you where you need to go. And it all starts with like the things I've talked about in my previous videos this week about just embracing the losses. It is what it is. Keep your chin up, like minor setback for a major comeback. And then having a plan, understanding what needs to be done, the level of importance for everything, and focus on just taking it all out, like getting rid of all those things. Stacking the little wins, and stacking those little wins is going to have you absolutely addicted, like literally an addict. You know what I'm saying? With this winning shit, it is like seriously a gamble, and I'm an addict. And that's all I got for today. So make sure you comment, share, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I'm gone.